Colorism is whack, and if you participate in it, please look at yourself and refrain. Pardon, play the girl, she's not one of them. So growing up, I used to avoid going in the.
Can we talk about this video?
Smash. I'm a pass. I'm not into dark skins.
I mean, dark skins ain't my type, but I smash just to see what it's like, you feel me?
Cause you thick.
Okay. Period.
You black and
I'm finding summer because I did not want to get darker. Isn't that crazy? That's horrible. Look at the impact of colonialism. Look at the impact of westernization. Literally, as an adult now, I love to tan. I'm like, get me darker, baby, But colorism has such a negative impact on our community. It's horrible. I went on a date with this light-skinned brother. I was so sorry. I was like 20-something, early 20, like 21. And he told me I was the darkest he would ever date because he wanted to have light-skinned kids with colored eyes. And, like, I had just made the cut. And I was just like, what the fuck? This is, like, some whack-ass, literally the wackest shit ever. If you have a complex where you think a lighter shade of black is better than a darker shade of black or is more beautiful or more attractive, that's some fucked up shit. And you really should check where that's rooted from. And people will have the argument of preferences, but then you have to think about where your preferences rooted from. It's different dating and I feel like I'm mostly talking to the fellas right now who perpetuate colorism, especially against the women in their community. Please check that at the door. Please check that at the door, because that's whack. And where is that rooted from? Where is that rooted in? And we're not going to argue about preferences. But if this applies, don't let it fly. Self-reflect. My dad is super dark, so he's probably like about 4 shades darker than me, and my mom is my complexion. Growing up, I thought my dad was the most handsome man on the planet, and I went to school, and I remember I had a best friend who was the same complexion as my dad, and she got made fun of every day. She was called Blackie. She was called all types of colorist, horrible names, and I never understood it because I was always taught that darker skin was beautiful. I've never heard someone got made fun of for being dark skinned until I went to school. So please, also, if you have children, please make sure you don't have colorist kids because it starts young. I heard kids being colorist like from elementary school. Please check that stuff in your house because they grow up to be colorist adults, and it sucks and it impacts people for life. So please, if you recognize the privilege, and always check ourselves, because although I am brown skin, I deal with colorism, and I also still sometimes have more privilege than someone who's darker than me because of it. And I always check my privilege at the door. Although I don't get the same privileges as a light-skinned black woman, I don't have the same trials sometimes as a darker black woman. It's okay. So yes, just being aware of it, checking ourselves, checking each other, sticking up for each other. If you see someone around you being colorist, check them. Let them know that shit is whack. Let's end that in our community because that shit is whack. Let's not continue this on for generations and generations. That shit is whack. I'm not with it. To my TED Talk, I saw this video and it really bothered me. I was like, why? Door. I recognize where that stems from. Let's aim to do better and be better. Let's not be ignorant. Let's be compassionate. Let's be empathetic. Let's just be better people overall. Let's unlearn a lot of the dumb things that were put inside our minds from not only the media, but the people around us sometimes, because sometimes they don't know better. But it's up to you to decide to do better, to know better, and to push better onto future generations. Don't play with that girl, she's not one of them. Misa out, you know, motherfucking lies.